hindi natin magkailangan tipirin ang ganda natin.
Tama.
Because
You know
we're
why?
worth it. Have you ever heard of the U-shaped happiness curve?
May baon na naman. Isa balik. We're here to
Walk
learn.
out.
U-shaped happiness curve. Yes. Defining decade? Part ba yun? Okay, yes.
So what
I'm
have you heard
familiar.
about it?
Teka na, bumabalik ako. Bigyan mo ako.
Oh, sige. Okay, U-shaped happiness curve.
You shaped my happiness curve.
Oh,
Tara.
ganda.
Ganda.
Happiness at the start of life, high.
Yes.
When times get challenging, low. And then when you reach the sort of like later years.
Yes.
high again.
Okay, so basically, all the research say that people are happiest at the start of their life and towards the end of their life. So usually when you're in your early 20s, that's your happiest time. And then when you reach your 50s and above. And the reason why I brought it up is because when I was coming here, or when I was going here, I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about if people are actually happier in their latter years, right? Why are we so afraid of getting older? And the guest said, maybe we're not afraid of getting older. What we're afraid of is ageism and the discrimination you'll face as you get older. And I thought that was such a good point.
It is, because it's actually true. I think a lot of us, especially in this season of our lives, in today's landscape, we're seeing more and more representation of especially women
Yes.
aging the way we actually want to age, embracing white hair, embracing their wrinkles, talking about the struggles, conversations we actually wanted to hear when we were growing up, but were actually quite taboo, because they were all afraid that they would be maybe judged or not heard, or maybe because they all wanted to achieve something else. But because we're hearing more and more about these conversations and we're seeing them on social media even, we are actually being empowered by what we're seeing. But at the same time, there's also a huge movement of people wanting to be as snatched as they can until they're 50 or 60. So parang, plus there's AI as well. So it's happening at the same time.
Yes, you're right. No, so the standards are getting higher for what it looks like to age well, even amidst these conversations about why are we even afraid of aging in the first place. And I guess for me, parang what I've been thinking about lately is that it's really such a privilege to get older.
Super.
Right?
And like every older person I've spoken to, those in like Act 3, di ba yun yung tawag nila, Act 3 of their life. And especially like with
Tayo
podcasts
kasi
like
Act 2 pa lang tayo.
Yes, Wiser Than Me, di ba, of Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Everyone is like at a level of happy, content, at peace that we all aspire to in life. So I am one of those na I'm so looking forward to getting old. But of course, we all grew up with this idea na, oh my gosh, losyang na, or too old na, or, di ba, all these narratives na, hopefully here at She Talks Asia, di ba, we're trying to shift that a bit na, no, we should embrace getting old. Ika nga ni Diane von Furstenberg, di ba, it shouldn't be called aging, it should be called living.
Living, it's true. I am alive. Wow.
Kakanta.
Kakanta.
Break into song. I'd like us to introduce ourselves, pero in a never have I ever game. So, what is something...
What are we allowed and not
Oo
allowed
nga.
to share?
What is something
Wag
na,
kami.
I guess in your bucket list, na never nyo pa nagagawa, never have I ever, but you're looking forward to still doing in our later years in life?
Ooh, I have something.
Go.
Okay, mauna na kayo.
Hi, I'm Lynn, and never have I ever written a fantasy children's novel. That is
specific.
specific. It's
This
for my
time.
dream. I think maybe
After
in my
the thesis mo.
A novel.
Not
May thesis
even
pa ako.
children's book, novel.
Novel. Yes.
Parang ano?
Think C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, yes.
Harry Potter. I
Ganung
mean, all my
level.
pets are named after that universe. This dream, I realized I had it during the pandemic. You know, when you're in the pandemic, people are baking bread, making coffee. I mean, like
Ah,
a
well,
specific
I
type of
cook a
coffee.
bit, but
Right. So for me, I realized that the way I make myself or the way I uplift my spirit is I read children's novels. And it's never something I outgrew. And fantasy novels. So I have several that I love.
and you were reading some during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, I read so many. Because nga, parang it was my pick-me-upper, right? I have a story that's in my head that I'm letting it marinate because my dream is during my 50s. I'm gonna write it. Yeah,
I
so
love
I'm excited.
it.
I love that.
Ako saya. Hi, I'm Bianca, and never have I ever run a full marathon. Dream ko talaga yun, yes.
Good for
Originally,
you.
sabi ko, I wanna run a marathon when I turn 40. 40 happened, life happened. Sabi ko, sige, push ko. 42K at 42.
Is that the goal?
Yeah, originally. Nag-42 na naman, life happened, di nakapag-training. I'm now 43, so I'm still holding on to that dream na within my 40s.
Kailangan 40s.
I get to run. I mean, ideally, I want to. Pero a marathon kasi, unlike a 5K and a 10K, a marathon is something you can't do without training.
Yeah,
Definitely.
mental thing,
Kahit
kaya mo
21K,
pa.
ako na
Yes.
nagsasabi
So,
sa'yo.
Hopefully, in this decade of my life, I am not too old to run a marathon. In fact, so many women I know got into running in their 40s.
Oo.
So many.
I was going...
I have a side story.
Yes.
Sorry.
and I will just say lang na actually marami talaga who run a
Dami.
little later in life. And perhaps it's because they were mothering first, they were doing other things, and then finally they had the freedom to
They have some more time for
more
Yes.
time.
True.
Kasi it'll take time.
Ano yan?
I have a side story. My last fun run. Because I
Wow,
hate
I'm so
running.
proud of Yes, I know
I
you.
hate
Fun run
running.
ka?
Sumali ka.
I joined B in one of our
With Miguel, your husband.
Nag-fun run ka?
Yes.
Yes.
Ay,
Saan
naman.
mo?
Oo.
Bato. Hindi, alam ko, pero...
I did
Saan nagpa-fun
5K.
run?
Yes, I'm so proud of you.
You did 10K with JC.
I think so,
The
yeah.
reason I want to
Saan
share
to?
this
Umaga?
story, yeah, morning.
Morning,
But wait,
yeah.
the reason I want to share this story is because unfair tumakbo with JC.
Ay,
Kasi
sobra naman.
ang haba nung hakbang
Hindi,
niya eh. Yung
hindi.
parang yung 5 ko, 2 lang ni JC.
Oo naman.
So tinry ko to keep up but no.
With JC, girl naman
Yeah,
kahit...
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
Delusional. But
Yes.
Pero masaya. Thanks for joining.
I used to run too. To you. I wanna run to you. Charing. De, I used to run. Peak of mga 2009 to until 2014, 2015. I used to run a lot. I was on the cover of running magazines.
You were?
Yeah. I did a 21K for Biggest Loser. So yun yung ibig sabihin na
Yeah.
pag hindi ka prepared, kahit fit ka, hindi talaga kakayanin. 21K out of nowhere, out of coming from like a 3K, 5K run tops was just too painful. So you really have to prepare. Hi, I'm Iza, and never have I ever gone on a solo trip.
Oh my gosh, never.
Like, yung wala akong imi-meet.
No
Alam mo yun, yung parang
way.
laging
Wow,
I've
I
flown
didn't know.
on my own,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
to
but
go
you-
somewhere
yeah,
and
you were
really
meeting someone.
always meeting somebody or staying with a friend. So like to just, that's why I really wanted it for my 40th na Bhutan.
Yeah.
But binigay sa akin ay Dea. So
Much better.
Much better for this season of my life. But I think yun. At saka binulong siya ni Lord. Oh, noted with thanks, Lord. That's the one thing that I've never done that I actually know I need.
You love it.
Yeah. And I need to be with myself.
It's the hardest.
Yes.
I would
Really?
say.
It's the best.
Oh, di okay ka. Okay ka
Oo,
sa sarili
kasi wala kang issue siguro.
Grabe naman.
Pangalawang walkout na ni Isadora sa episode na to, by the
Oo.
way.
Please come back. Please come back. Hindi kasi, you two are extroverts. I'm an introvert. So that's a huge
I like the
also.
point that you made na it's really like resisting the temptation to meet up with somebody while you're there and just like spending that entire trip by yourself. Because I do think that as an extrovert, you're always tempted, can I
I'm
meet
an
up in
escapist
Paris
eh.
or in Spain? Yes.
Ah, wow. Lagi na lang may Paris or Spain. Ang dami mong options, ah. Ako Paris lang sa tabi-tabi. Okay. No, pero kasi laging when I go somewhere, it's either for work or... I mean, I did go to LA and stayed there for almost 2 months, but I was living with a friend. You know, I knew people. Actually, basically, it's just to
Time
face
for self.
myself. Like, really, really be with myself.
Oh my gosh, that's my wish for you.
I
It's
know.
so fun.
Thank you. It's so fun. Ewan ko kung fun yung word, B, but it's necessary.
So is it Bhutan pa din? That's where
Hindi
you
ko
wanna
alam.
go?
Alam mo, my motto in life is lead me, Lord. Diba?
Tama.
Lead me to the path that is best for me and for the highest good. So, Lord, bahala ka na. Yun.
How nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I hope that happens sooner rather than later. I'm
Kaya
excited.
wait lang kasi si Dea, hindi ko
Baby
pa
kasi,
maiwan
tama
eh.
naman. Usually pag older na, oo.
So I want to bring the conversation back to ageism, right? And really what it means is, in a nutshell, is that there's this age-related discrimination na there are things na, first of all, may institutional ageism na, some people, they don't get hired anymore after a certain age. But I think what's within our control is the self-directed ageism.
Ooh.
And this is us unlearning. Like what you were saying earlier na,
I like the term, self-directed
yes,
ageism.
kasi it's you.
I'm gonna use that para mukha akong smart.
It's you imposing limits on yourself.
That's true.
I'm too old to wear this. Parang I'm too old to do this, right? And it's because nga of what you're saying earlier of all our narratives.
That's mostly, actually, we learn through, of course, society, culture, but also media plays a very vital role in
Correct.
that.
Yeah. So you rarely see women play certain characters after a certain age, right? Parang nata-typecast na. But my personal example of this is that, like, I resisted TikTok for a while, and in fact, I'm still just a lurker there. And I realized it's because nga na parang, baby, I'm too old for this platform. But in fact, people have been telling me, no, you have to put your columns in this format, right? But
Yes,
it's really
because actually, your columns are needed.
okay. Thank you.
To
Thank
be
you very
we-
much.
Yeah,
That is
we
needed.
need that. We need
Thank you
that
for
out
the
there.
vote of confidence. But yun nga, na-realize ko kanina, when I was thinking about this topic, oh, shucks, I'm also a victim of self-directed ageism, despite all the empowerment messages that I'm exposed to.
I do like that term. And I think maganda siyang point of reflection for any woman na parang what is in our self-directed ageism. And speaking of that, I wanted to share something I've opened myself up to recently. So, Lynn, I, and two other friends, Anna and Shelly, we have like a theme of the year that we talk about and then we hold ourselves accountable. So my theme for this year is Game 2026. So parang kailangan mas game ako for things because nga, my life, I'm known as the serious one, parang very square, always by the rules, which is sobrang totoo. And in this era of my life, kailangan medyo mas game naman ako. And
Game ka naman
Game ako. I guess I'm just not given so much opportunities to show that side of me. And people who know me in real life are the ones who see that. So, I was given this show recently. We talked about it in the car kanina. So, plugging, Hello Outside World. Yes. So, it's a new show that I'm doing. And I was partnered with Esnir, who is a hilarious content creator. And so, we were doing promo reels to promote the show. And they were showing me different TikToks. And then, I am the same as you. Parang, I won't dance, I won't do ganyan. But they were showing us fun duo scenarios to act out. And so, even the things that I would have never done,
Yung
maybe
cringe sa'yo before.
Oo. I was like, you know what? Game. So, merong mga...
So, kung makita yung,
ito
yung
yung
share namin
yung isa, si Esnir, yung serious, tapos ako yung parang super energy, or like, basta these things that are not usually me. But then, parang feeling ko at this point in my career and life, I've showed what I can. And so now, I think it's the era that I can show what else I can be and can't do. Na I tried to take out that self-imposed or that limiting belief na I'm too old to do these parang patrends on TikTok na parang it will look so corny. In fact, meron kaming isang episode, there's this thing na, I don't know, baka you guys know, parang whistle, ha, 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 parang ganon. What was it? I forgot the term. Anyway, I was game to do it. Tapos
parang
after,
opera?
yes, parang ganon. All the staff after were like, grabe, thanks for being game to do that. Parang ganon, tuwan-tuwa sila na, sabi nila, grabe, tao ka rin pala, pwede ka ring dog showin. Which I
my gosh,
super
I'm so
love.
excited.
Yeah. And so, yun yung na-realize ko na parang in my career, I'm so grateful for everything I've done, but it makes me realize now I have to be more game. I'm not too old to try these new things or to explore this different side. Para I'm not the square one, the dull one, the serious one. Parang may fun and pop of energy din naman akong maibibigay sa mga manonood. Wow.
Marami ka namang pop of color and fun dyan. Meron ako.
Yes.
Secret!
Sponsor din sila dito, no? Non-compete sa ating
non-compete, oo.
magandang
Mamaya,
lipsticks
kwento
na
lang.
suot
It's
today.
her story to tell, not
But
mine.
yeah, I
Diba?
mean,
May mga parts ni Bianca na talagang, talaga? Ganon.
Pwede bang i-share yung
off-cam,
Oo.
yes. Pero yeah, you're right that it's self-imposed. And meron siyang sort of freeing feeling. When like, oh my gosh, nagawa ko yun. Oh my gosh, tas bonus na, ay natuwa sila. Parang may ganon. So, I'm very happy that I'm still able to do and explore something new like that. And yun nga, never too old. Kaya pang makipag-keep up ng Zennial sa mga Gen Z.
Yes.
Ganon.
Gusto ko yung na hindi tayo Gen X, hindi millennial, Zennial. Yun talaga tayo. Ako, I really strongly identify as a Zennial as well.
I'm excited.
Pakita ko sa yung mga video. Okay.
You know
Gusto
why?
namin yan.
I feel, kasi like what you were saying earlier, it's not that you can't do it diba? Parang it's just that maybe in your head for all these years, you
I
feel,
need to be
this
I need
is
to
my
be the smart
branding.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, totoo.
So I'm excited for you.
Branding. Meron din ganun ha. Very, very excited for you. Bianca, game ka na ba?
Game na!
Okay. Oy, retouch time. Oh, because we're doing our favorite. I really love lip tint. Although they say na parang pang Gen Z daw ang lip tint, hindi ako pumapayag dyan as a Zennial because I really, really am a lip tint kind of girl.
Maganda lipstick nating lahat today.
Thank you, Lord!
Love it!
Siyempre, alam mo kung bakit maganda?
Mm.
Kasi na-discover natin ang L'Oreal Paris Hyaluron Lip
Love.
Tint. Beautiful.
Diba?
Never dry.
It cares like a serum, but it lasts like a tint.
Because it has hyaluron.
Yes.
And when we think of that, we think skincare. But now, it's lip care.
Minus 420, Le Rouge Paris. Classic
sa
red.
akin-
Ito talaga yung pag red lip ng L'Oreal Paris. It's like that.
My shade is Worth It. It's called Worth It.
That's super like your lip.
I know.
Like your lips
It's my
lang.
lips, but
yeah.
better.
But better na.
No, what I love is that, usually you put on lip balm.
Yes.
And then either your lipstick. But this one, I feel like I can just put it on. I don't need a lip balm. And I feel like it's enough. That's what I love about it also. And the colors are great.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah,
said,
we have all
mine
the
is
colors
Worth It.
here on our table. Pero
Yes.
kami, we're just wearing the classic red.
Yeah.
A more pink one and a more mauve one.
What do you think is the power of a good lipstick?
You girls know, I like every day I really don't wear makeup. But I can go out of the house na parang feeling ko ready ako for the world, even with just lipstick. Super. Now I'm wearing red.
It's so nice.
Thank you.
Grabe
na. Grabe yung push.
No, I don't usually see you in red.
Red,
But
yeah.
now I see like it
It's
looks
a
so good on
limiting
you.
belief.
When I'm wearing a certain shade, it just makes me feel more put together, and because of that, I also feel more confident.
Pag may crisis daw, pag may gera,
Lipstick effect.
inunahan mo ko eh. Yun nga. I know the term ha. Pag may gera daw, mataas pa rin ang sales ng lipstick.
Yeah, in a crisis.
In a
yes.
crisis, during a season of crisis. Even when things go south, bibili at bibili pa rin ng lipstick ang mga kababaihan just to lift their spirit.
The best part is it's actually luxury you can afford because it doesn't break the bank. So you can have as many shades as you want.
Pak. Ganun yung feeling.
We all deserve to have at least one L'Oreal Hyaluron tint because, I'm worth it. Self-directed ageism. So basically, it's just self-imposed limiting beliefs. Because I remember, then actually may point ako doon na when you said TikTok, actually missed opportunity ko siya. Kasi,
Oh my gosh, you're a dancer.
yes, and remember, that's how TikTok became big during the
Yes.
pandemic. You know why I didn't bank on that? Because diba kakagaling ako ng COVID, tas parang everybody was like, you're the face of hope for COVID. Ganyan, ganyan. So I put myself in that super serious box. And then sabi ko, how would it look if bigla na lang nagtutwerk-twerk ako doon?
Yung face
Yung face. Nag-survive siya ng COVID, tapos nagaganon-ganon doon. Nagda-dance trend. Sabi ko, baka sabihin ng mga tao, binuhay ni Lord para magganyan. Pero that was a limiting belief from my end. Gosh, sayang. Kasi bored yung mga tao nun, di ba? So follow sila ng follow. Eh di sana mas marami akong followers ngayon. Anyway. I mean, one of those things, right, that you stop yourself from actually, A, just trying things out. B, possibly making more money along the way because maybe you have more followers or whatever. Or just C, enjoying and thriving,
Yes.
diba? Parang we have so many of those and they're very layered and deep because of life and our environment. But I think when we think of never too old for women, I think the first level of fear of a lot of women apart from looking, their aging, is really having a child. Like, am I
Timeline.
Yeah, timelines. Like, I'm too old to have a husband or I'm too old to have a child. Wala. Lumipas na yung oras ko. Kumbaga, or
Wala sa kalendaryo
Wala
nga
sa
yung
kalendaryo
Pinoy
yung-
phrase,
Yes.
diba? Ang harsh. And that starts, they say that pag mag-30 ka.
Trend.
Imagine ang
Hindi,
bata.
31. Yung pack-up mo, 31 eh. Kasi
Grabe yung
32.
pack-up. Grabe yung
Parang ganun,
pack-up.
di ba? Yung parang sabihin, yung pack-up sa calendar, grabe. If these are the conversations that you hear around you, you'll start believing it. So I remember when I was 35, that's when I got engaged. I got married at 36. I remember that there was a person, actually made medical degree siya. Sabi niya, 35 ka na, naku, kailangan mo na talaga magpa-freeze ng eggs. Kasi that's when the eggs will decline, ganyan. First time ko siyang naisip, kasi prior to that, wala talaga akong pakialam. Kung hindi niya sinabi yun, hindi ko maiisip yun. Kasi hindi ko siya, then now, it becomes your belief. And of course, fast forward, years later, I got pregnant at 39. Hindi ko siya fineflex na parang, I'm all that. It's just that that's how it actually happened for me, diba? Parang, if I believed that person na hanggang 35 lang, and then hindi ko na kakayanin after, perhaps my body would have believed the same thing. Diba? Or because my mind would believe it, then the anxiety around it would possibly create that truth for myself. So I feel that, syempre, I'm 43 now. Sabi ko 42.
We're the same,
43 nga pala. Magpo-44 na ako in a few weeks. Of course, deep in my heart, I also want to have another child. And it's not a no or a never. It's a not right now siguro situation for us and reality. And I also don't want to limit myself as to when that will be. And I don't want to limit God because I feel that we're never too old to do things if it's what God wills for us, diba? But the fear is real because perimenopause alone, the symptoms around it, literally nagda-dry up ang system mo. Eventually, you will hit menopause. And one day, you will no longer have your period. And literally, dry. Diba? Too old. You won't be at that age to maybe carry a child, but because of science, there are women in their 50s, past their 50s, who are even becoming mothers. So, a lot of things are possible. So, ayoko lang ding tuldukan. Ayokong magkaroon ng limiting belief around what is possible for our... I guess the message I want to tell women and myself is that I'm never too old to grow my family. And that's in whatever shape or form. It could be through adopting one day, or, maybe it's a pet, but family comes in many forms. So it could be a community that I mother more and give my energy to, but I'm never too old to grow our family.
I love that you brought that up because I work with a lot of women who are much younger than I am. And you're right. In their early 30s, there's really that pressure to find someone. And I always try to tell them, marriage, I know it sounds so ideal, but it's really, really difficult. Even if you've already married the right person, mahirap na siya. So I keep telling them.
Grabe yung mga buntong
Grabe yung
hininga.
hininga niya doon, ha? But it's true,
Yeah.
right?
Love you, Ben.
I always tell them that, don't rush. Because really, especially in our country, right? Like, you don't want to get into a relationship. One, if you're not ready also, diba? And then second, if you're just in it because you want to find someone to settle down with, but then you start ignoring all these red flags.
Yes.
So yeah, you're right. No? Parang it's really the women who get hit the most, by this.
Deeply.
Yeah, because of that whole narrative about there's a specific timeline for your life. I want to share, and I think it's something I touched on in the past, that I am a student again.
Yes,
In my
may
early
thesis nga,
40s.
diba?
Oh, nga, nagte-thesis nga po ako. But yes, I guess what I want to highlight about this whole experience is that it's so humbling because, first of all, my memory is not as great as before, I must say. And my energy is also, slightly less compared to when I was younger. But I love being a student again, even if my classmates are like in their early 20s. Some are also in their 30s, some are in their 40s. But I love it because now we're all there because we're choosing to study this thing. And I also love it because, like you, I'm not ashamed to make a mistake. I'm not ashamed to fail. I'm not ashamed to ask the teacher and say, hindi ko po naintindihan, pwede pong pakiulit, right? And something na when you're younger, syempre there's that pressure to look like you're smart and you know everything. And this is a completely new career and new field for me. This is something completely out of my comfort zone. And I guess I hope that it's a mindset I keep embracing, which is you're never too old to put yourself in a position where everything is new to you.
Yes.
Because, kunwari, like, how long have you been an actress?
Oh gosh, 24 years.
Right? And how long have you been a host?
23.
23. And me, like, I've been an educator for 18 years. And parang, diba, some people, they feel na, okay, because that's your label na, which is what we touched on last time, right? That's it na. Parang, that's gonna be your
At saka,
whole...
okay na ako dito. Comfort zone. I mean, not a bad life.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then actually, you're really never too old to broaden and, to explore new things and to get into something new. And in fact, I feel like we're also in that age na we're not so afraid of failure, right? And we also have, I guess, the skills to navigate certain things better na we can also, I guess, get to the point that it's not just about succeeding, but it's really having fun along the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
I wanted to share lang that you're right. We don't have the same energy. We don't have the same...
Ewan ko sa inyo.
Ay? Si Iza has the same energy. But like, there are many things that were great about our 20s, but I wouldn't trade it for being in our 40s. And I remember that when I was in my teens, when I would think of a woman in their 40s, I'd like, oh my gosh, that's so old. Like, palola levels na yung 40. I'd always say that. But I distinctly remember when I turned 40, I was like, I feel so young. And if anything, I feel like ang dami ko pang pwedeng gawin sa buhay. Especially that, yun nga, less afraid to fail, less afraid to make mistakes. May naipon ka na konti na parang you have a cushion to, do and explore other things. Parang it makes me feel nga na this is actually the most exciting time of our life. And imagine like 2 decades from now, 3 decades from now, in our 60s, in our 70s, yung going back to your U-curve of happiness. Imagine makahappy pa. Ang saya!
Super ma-happy pa because apparently 60s, that's when a lot of women feel the happiest. Women are at their happiest in their 60s.
Ang saya.
And that's research ang nagsabi.
Yes,
Hindi ko lang alam yung research tsaka
that's a proof
statistics.
point of the
of the U-curve.
U-curve. Because nga you're freer of responsibilities. You don't care so much about what other people think of you. Yes.
Yeah.
So really, it's that freedom to say, you know what, I'm gonna live life the way I wanna live life.
Yeah, so I think if anything, trying out new things is not exactly the best at your 20s and 30s. It's pwede sa 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
You're really never too old. And like, isa lang yung minention natin sa Never Have I Ever, but my list is so long
Same.
of things I want to do.
What I love about this episode is that all the fears that we encounter, all the limiting beliefs, a lot of it is because nga we kind of impose it on ourselves. And I love conversations. I love listening to you, for example, share these things because I realized that when I listen to you process, I learn something from it also. Na it helps me identify, oh, I also have that limiting belief. Maybe that's also stopping me. And maybe that's also my dream, right, for She Talks Asia, is to keep putting forward narratives like this so that we can keep reminding each other that, you know what, there are really no limits to growth. There are no limits to the things we can accomplish. There are no limits how we define the way we'll thrive, the way we will achieve the life that we want for ourselves. It's really just us waking up every day, committing to always trying, and committing to always putting ourselves out there.
And remembering our worth.